Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from LifeIsRocqi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And another one of my mommy fever episodes. It feels good to be back, y'all. So I don't know if you noticed, but I went on a little spree of polyamory because I was just celebrating non-monogamy visibility week, the first one ever. So yes, had to show out. But also, I had a baby. So she's a year old now, technically 15 months, okay? So I've been absent from my YouTube channel. I've definitely been on my Facebook blog, so make sure you check that out. It's still LifeIsRocqi. There's spaces in between the words though. But still LifIsRocqi. And yeah, I have been blogging consistently while I'm breastfeeding and bed sharing and nap trapped. But I haven't been able to record, especially because I'm not trying to show her on my channel. So I'm just now getting back out there. I feel like once we hit a year, I just gained a lot more independence. She's like solidly on solids, with 3 meals and 2 snacks, and then like decreasing from breastfeeding. So I just felt like I had more me time. And then with this last spree of polyamorous videos for my polyamorous journey, I was like, yeah, I got the time back. So I feel good recording again. This is definitely a part of who I am. And then also somebody commented on my Black Homemaker video, and I was like, oh yeah, I got other content, right? So I wanted to bring another one to you all. And it's something that I'm a planner, so it's something that I think about, but it's not something my mom taught me. And I was like, do other people think like this? I don't know. So that being said, let me get a sip of water. But and that reminds me of my daughter, because she does that now when she drinks water. But anyways, so just for those who don't know, in 2021, like in December 2021, I stopped practicing therapy. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I was burnt out, needed a mental break. So from 2022 really until this year, 2024, I wasn't practicing therapy. I was doing other work. I was facilitating sister circles. I submitted 2 short stories to a story contest, and one of them won the first prize award for young adult. Holla at Your Girl, Poetry by Ashley Raquel. Check out that playlist because I got all my writings up in there. But I also just published my first book of poetry. Talk about it. And then let's see, I was also planning our wedding, and that took time. I was like, how do people work? This is exhausting. But so there was that. I definitely have a lot of shorts dedicated to mommy fever while I was pregnant. And then I did do a long form video on my childbirth experience. Definitely check that out, especially if you are a Black woman in America. And then also I did one on breastfeeding and bed sharing as well. And then I think I did a hospital bag video as well. So I've been trying to stay with the content, but I know I fell off. And then Becoming a Feminine Woman series definitely got overshadowed once I was pregnant. So bringing it back. So now I'm a clinical supervisor, still using my LMFT license and credentials. So I'm a clinical supervisor to associate therapist. So I do that a few hours out of the week, but in the meantime, I'm still majority a homemaker. I would definitely say stay-at-home mom more so because my husband is not the center right now. It's all hands on deck for her. I would like that to shift as she gets older, but right now it's just she needs a lot. But instead of saying I'm a stay-at-home mom, I say I'm an at-home childcare provider for my child, okay? Because I went back to school for child development, and I am, being intentional about her developmental needs. She's with me into kindergarten, y'all. I gotta make sure she knows some things, okay? But all of that to say, some things that I learned on the 2 years that I wasn't consistently working was meal planning. I was doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'd also say with my daughter, I started doing baby-led weaning at 6 months, which means she's on solids. We don't do the purees. So I started using a lot of different ingredients. and then modifying them a certain way just so she can eat it, as well as making sure she had her nutritional needs. And then also in my postpartum, we did HelloFresh. And I loved it. I love getting the recipes. I love trying the different things, especially different cultural things. But it's a hell of a lot of prep. They don't prep anything, so you got to prep it all. It was a lot. So now I have all the recipes. Well, not all, but I have a lot of the recipes, and I'm like getting the prepped stuff, so that way it's less work on me. So all that to say, I've been on this journey of putting in my reps, cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I've learned some things, and I wanted to share them with you all. Dang, that took forever to say. Anyways, all right. So that being said, how am I going to arrange this? Okay, so I think there are certain things to keep in mind. Everybody's interests. Like, everybody has different things that they enjoy. For example, I love sandwiches, so much so that it was definitely a pregnancy craving. Like, sandwiches are my thing. I love bread, okay? My husband is more pasta, okay? Pasta and me put on a little weight, so I try to not be as pasta crazy as him. But he's always walking, always moving, burning up them carbs. So he's able to take the pasta. But for some reason, bread don't be doing it. I don't know why. But anyways, so when I'm considering everybody's interest, and now I have my daughter for her interest as well as her ability to eat different things. So we're not doing plant-based meat for her just because of the high sodium. And then just modified wise, she's getting to a place where she's eating what we were eating. But for a while she wasn't. So I had to modify things differently. I do have to cook her food ahead of time because she does not have the patience to wait for our food to cook. So like if I'm making lunch for my husband and I, it'll be her dinner type of thing. So I'm prepping it ahead of time for her. But all that to say, so we're considering everybody's interests and specific needs within these meals, okay? But the big thing for me that was helpful is understanding what I had capacity for. Making breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day is exhausting, okay? So I was like, especially if you're doing other things. So like when I go out and take her to the park, mind you, I don't have a car, so we're walking there. So I'm exhausted. I don't feel like cooking a whole spread when I get home. So, and then she's also a mess and I got to change her and all this other stuff. So yeah, like, yeah, know your capacity and respect your capacity, okay? So that being said, I have my quick makes and then I have, my full-on meals, right? Now your full-on meals, usually I would put your base, which could be a carb, it could also be leafy greens, or just like a bunch of vegetables, and then your protein. But ever since my daughter, it was protein / iron, vitamin C for iron absorption, and what am I forgetting this? Healthy fat, right? Healthy fat, protein or iron, and vitamin C. So I've been making sure that ours reflect that as well. But healthy fat, we use olive oil to cook everything. So there's that. But like breakfast, we didn't necessarily use olive oil in that. So how are we incorporating that? We use a lot of nut butters. So trying to incorporate that aspect. And then, but okay, so you have those, the full-on meals. You also have quick makes. Now, quick make for me is I either don't have to cook it all, like it's processed, a pizza, microwavable dinner, like totally, it ain't me, right? Or it's literally a quick make. Grilled cheese, 1 pan, right? 5 to 10 minutes, okay? It could also be a 1 pot thing. Not a lot of prep, but also doesn't take that long. So basically it's low maintenance. Like I don't have to do a lot of prep. I don't have to do a lot of heating. It's quick, it's easy, it's within my capacity when I'm exhausted. So I would say think about meals that are that. Again, under 10 minutes, 1 pot, 1 pan, and then not a lot of prep, not a lot of cutting and just preparing and prep. So get your quick make ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that was actually a challenge because I love such a variety of breakfast as well as lunch, and my husband doesn't. I'm big on sandwiches, I'm big on salads. My husband doesn't. So it's like I still haven't figured it out. Maybe eating what he can. But yeah, it's definitely challenging when someone doesn't like the quick makes, because it's like that's all I got the capacity for. So honestly, we came to a point I was like, you just need to acknowledge, because he would be like, I would cook. He don't ever cook when he don't feel like it, because when you don't feel like it, you don't feel like it. So we've had to accept, like, when he's hungry and I don't have the capacity to cook, he doesn't have the capacity to cook, he's ordering out, whereas I may have the sandwich or salad. So see what's on your budget for that, but that's where we're at. So quick makes for breakfast, obviously cereal, bagels, yogurt, overnight oats. And some of the more extensive ones, we do chana and kale, or chickpeas and kale. Grits with mushrooms and spinach is like my vegan version of shrimp and grits. And then waffles is quick. So yeah, we do, whatever variety of breakfast. And then I also eat eggs. My husband doesn't eat eggs. And my daughter, I give her eggs as well. So we're able to have more variety in breakfast for my daughter and I, as well as the quick makes as well. My husband is like oatmeal waffles. And then he'll eat the chickpeas and kale, the grits when I cook it. And yeah, he has more variety in breakfast than lunch, but still not as much as me, which makes it challenging to make a meal. And then for lunch, yeah, I would say that. But this is all I have right now. I thought I had more, but I think the quick makes and then the that differentiation is helpful. And when I was thinking about grocery shopping, and then it also helps that I grocery shop because I'm the one meal planning. My husband be forever going and not getting stuff, and then don't communicate that stuff has run out or we need to throw a audible as far as the meal planning. He just be coming home and it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? So there's that. And right now I can't go grocery shopping because I'm with our daughter and we don't have a car again. So it's a car would be saving grace and I'll be able to do a lot. But right now with our daughter, it's just not in the works for me to go. But that helps in the meal planning as well. Because I know what to get because I'm planning the meals and he does not want to plan the meals. So, but I was thinking about it in reference to my parents and I was like, how did they meal plan? Like, how did they decide what veggies are going with what meats? It was like, for them, it was meat, starch, veggie. And so how did they decide what was going what, when we were having what, when, in factoring like everybody's schedules and stuff like that. And I do think it is a key part of household management because we got to eat, and a lot of times I hear women be saying, I just don't feel like doing it anymore. And for sure, it's mental labor. Like it's math. I got to think about stuff, how it works together, how much time it takes. Like it's legit math, to the point that one of the rites of passage for any gender of child we have is going to be making a holiday meal, because that's stress management, time management, organization, planning, preparing. Like you learn some things. Okay, making a holiday meal. Come on now. So yeah, I think it definitely needs to put some respect on its name for a part of household management. And it's not given its credit because we all got to eat, But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you meal plan for your household? And also, how do you create big meals? Like that's my thing. I'm like, it's only 3 of us. And I did get a big jumbo pan, but it's like how y'all had a room, the space, and for it to last. Maybe you go to the what's those stores like Costco where you can buy in bulk. But yeah, Still learning on this journey, but I thought I'd share what I know. And the quick mix, it's a lifesaver. Figure out what doesn't need heat, what doesn't need preparation, or again, takes 10 minutes, one pan, one pot. Because that'll help. That'll really help, you know. And that way you don't have to buy out so much. Because stuff is expensive, but groceries is just as expensive. It's ridiculous. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you meal plan for your household, and how many people are putting in these reps. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day is a lot. And then some days I don't want to plan anything, and it gets real processed because I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like planning the meal, okay? So, yeah, there's that too. And I also like variety. Like, my husband can eat the same thing. I need variety in my life. Also, variety of nutrients is beneficial to your body, okay? Taste the color of the rainbow, people. But all right, take care of you. Light and love.